from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought a very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome to Atlantic Television Network. This is ATN Business, and today on this program we have a special guest in the building. Of course, here with me is Chinyere Davis, and of course, my guest today is no other than the president of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Mines, Agriculture, and Industry, a veteran broadcaster par excellence, of course, also a media consultant and a businessman as we speak. His name is Sir Chief Mike Elechi. Welcome to ATN Business.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Today is dedicated to Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, and of course, that's what we're going to do today on ATN Business. As you all know, Chamber of Commerce, of course, is the organization that manages all the business sectors you can think about in Nigeria. And Port Harcourt, today, we're celebrating them because they're here on a visit to Morrison Communications, owners of Atlantic Television Network and Wish 99.5 FM. So, tell us briefly, I know a lot of people know what Chamber of Commerce is all about, but that you're here today, we want to know exactly what Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce represents.
Oh, thank you. First and foremost is to thank the organization. Morrison Communication is a member of Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce. That's one of the reasons why we are here, to see how we can network, how to improve in its business, and also improving the management of a chamber itself. The Chamber of Commerce in everywhere is an organization of businessmen where people come together to see how they can improve on their businesses and add value to the society by also raising up younger ones, that the SMEs, to put them into business portfolio. So definitely it's an organization where you have every value chain of business, where you have every other companies in every trade group. You have agriculture, manufacturing, oil and gas. All the trade groups are in the business of Chamber of Commerce. And it is from there that we also have to see how the economy of the country is from there, can network and make input to government on how economy is being run. So it's an organization that covers every aspect of economy of Nigeria.
Okay, sir. So who is qualified to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce? Who you mentioned a lot of things now. You mentioned about the trade group that you have. You have the oil and gas, you have the manufacturing, you have the ICT and other trade group. Now, so who is qualified to become a member of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and Industry?
Any registered businessman, any business that is registered in CAC, you are qualified to go to become a member of Chamber of Commerce. Every registered business, officially registered business in CAC, and be paying all your regulation, all your dues and all that this thing, you have become a member of Chamber of Commerce. You can become on application on, you become a member.
Okay, thank you, sir. You talked about FISEMA, you know, trying to encourage the economy when it comes to trade and investment. In Rivers State right now, has the ministry held any recent event, you know, to help small businesses in Rivers State?
When you look around, you hear radio these days saying SMEs, micro, nano and micro and SMEs, where the governor have brought out a whopping 4 billion naira for encourage SMEs. These are the brainchild of what we discussed with the governor, right? So we encourage government by providing solution to what will help the economy. We thought about this time around that let us go for what I can call a entrepreneurial economy, where we catch them young, you know, get business SMEs, register them, profile them. We are running a partnership with Ministry of Commerce and Industry. These are the things the government have approved. We run partnership with Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Agriculture, by profiling all SMEs in all the 23 local governments. They will be in the data bank in Chamber of Commerce, data bank in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. It is when they are profiled, seeing them, they are now registered, captured. Government now know them as a captured business. This is where they can access the SME fund, knowing that you cannot run away. They are being captured with Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and the Minister of Commerce and Industry. They can now pass through their profile to get this thing. It's not with money. You don't register with money. Just to make sure you go to all the 23 local governments, get them registered and capture them. They now have entered the normal economy. Okay. You know, from non-formal economy to formal economy now of the state.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned something, because I was coming to that. Because I'm sure a lot of people will think that FISEMA is just for the big business guys over there. Big business guys, you know, those who have been in business for years. That's what FISEMA is all about. But I'm glad you just said something that you also, when you met with the governor, part of what you discussed was to establishment of this you know, support to small-scale businesses, which of course the Rivers State microfinance bank is now on with about 4 billion naira, and the people have been asked to go and collect form and then apply for all of this. Now, I want to ask you, what's the chamber, what vision or what plan does the chamber has in you know, informing and educating the young, you know, small-scale businesses to be a part of what you're doing, in the sense that how do they get information? How do they get to know about all these things? Is there a network? Is there a campaign that the chamber has put in place to educate those who are just starting business? You know, these days we have a lot of people doing online business. Are they part of what you're doing also? Or what are the, you know, plans to encourage them to also come to join this particular vision that you have mapped out?
When this idea was formed around September, October last year, I'm sure you must have listened to when Minister of Agriculture was announcing this. The same thing with Minister of Commerce and Industry, the same thing with Chamber. But it's running according to how you have fund. It's not easy. Like what we are trying to do, a partnership with your organization now. Such a thing can run longer hours when you have that money to inform them. People come and register. That was why even when we do trade fair, when we do any function, we kind of, you know, disseminate the information. You get what I mean? We would try to disseminate them. The ministry was running that commercial. The two ministries. Then, even when SME microfinance bank started, and they have started running the same commercial. So this is dissemination of information. It must not necessarily mean that it's when we gather like this, any function you put, we have billboard, we have this thing, people capture it, and now they disseminate the information. Or even on social media, You understand? All the speeches I make, all I tell us towards that. It's eliminated, but you don't just, it's not every time you go on air because you are not getting anything out of it.
Okay, the National Bureau of Statistics, reported, I think yesterday, that the inflation rate in Nigeria is about 9.83%. And I know that your ministry has to do with, cushioning the effect of the fuel subsidy and helping the economy. Is there anything that the ministry is doing right now to help the people of Rivers State, suffer less when it comes to inflation and the effect of the fuel subsidy, the effect that the fuel subsidy has on people, and especially Rivers people? Is there any initiative going on to at least help boost the economy, especially in the Rivers State?
Actually, what we do is like, what can I call it? Advising government, okay. Right? We do not have any role to play in that. You ask our members to do what is right. You understand? Also advise government, these policies are, how do you look at it? How do you look at that? That was why we got the idea of talking about SMEs and growing them young. You understand? We are talking about inflation and non-inflation. If any person, if people, the small one can feed, if you can feed yourself in a day, you can make sure that we feed ourselves what we want to eat, produce what we are feeding. Yeah. Then I don't think we'll be talking about inflation or no inflation, right? Because those in agriculture value chain, they produce the food, the one they will eat, they will sell the one they will sell. But when you now hold on for importation, if you don't produce as a businessman, if you do not produce, the next thing people must go and import, and that is inflation. But if we are producing from the hinterland, then the inflation may not have too much effect, because we are not actually in policy of government. The government that make policies to see how to better us is to see how do our members do diligent business. How do they do business that is very, very regulated? Business that you can vouch for them. These are what we do.
All right. I want to ask you this, sir. Morrison Communication are just giving you an offer of a 50% discount to every businessman, that belongs to the chamber that wants to do business with us. What do you think your members, would do with this offer?
It's like I said it here today. What we are looking for outside, we've gotten it here. You understand? And people here, those who are here today, you can see them changing card now, trying to do it. And I have also said that it was also carried into a normal monthly meeting. You understand? So that every person will know more. It will help us, definitely. Because as a businessman, what you produce and you don't sell, you have not done anything. And in the broadcasting balance too, whatever is done that is not broadcast to the people, it has not been done. It's no news. What makes the news is what they have told the people. So what people have been producing things, the businessmen, they have been keeping it like that. But today they have opportunity, because the cost of even an announcement broadcast is very expensive. Now they are reduce it, then see what is going to happen. People are going to catch up on this, on it.
All right. Well, if you're just tuning on, the program is Atn Business on Lactic Television Network, and we have a special guest in the studio today, Sir Chief Mike Ilichi, the President, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll still get more from our guest, because he's ready to tell you how to do business despite the high rate of inflation, just like what my colleague has said, despite the first subsidy. Morrison Communication, in partnership with the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, is ready to make you do business in a very easy way. Don't go away. We'll be back after now.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history,
We are one people, all of us.
leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
On the point of order.
Honorable
You are a human
On the point of
on them. They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
All right, welcome back to this very special edition of Atn Business on Atlantic Television Network. Of course, you know I've been speaking with the President, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Sir Chief Mike Elechi, who has told us a whole lot about Chamber of Commerce, the activities, what they've succeeded to do with the government, the partnership with the government, and of course talking about what the offer that they just got it from Morrison Communications, owners of ATN and Wish 99.5 FM. All right, we also have joining us now the Policy Secretary of the Chamber of Commerce, himself a well-known public speaker. I've known him for so many years, and he always likes to talk to people to convince them on how to do business. Pastor Uche Onoche, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, very quickly, because of our time, we just want to talk. The President has told us a lot about the vision of FASIMA.
Yes.
Now, for your end, what plan does the Chamber have, to educate people? Because I asked him before you came in, who is supposed to be a member of the chambers.
Yes.
And he has said that everybody doing business that has registered business with the Corporate Affairs Commission is entitled to be a member of the chambers. Now, we're talking about small-scale business, which you have partnered with a lot of people. So tell us the plans that the chamber has concerning.
Okay, we have quite a lot this year to do. First of all is we feel that more businesses should join the Chamber of Commerce this year. So we're going to, I think we'll be more aggressive in trying to reach out and say, look, businesses, don't suffer alone. Like there's a lot the Chamber of Commerce has done. We do advocacy. I'm sure my president has talked about it. So there's some certain things, there's some like tax, or there's certain things that we want people to enjoy. It will help you. So we want to reach out more. This year we will sponsor programs, will be more visible. One of the things I discussed to my president is that this year perhaps we will reach out and do some sponsorship, polo tournament. We can host people and we will be visible this year.
So what you're saying is that the
yes.
chamber will partner with a lot of
this year. Yes.
So and that's brand visibility.
That visibility, yes. And since we're also partnering with the River State government, definitely we will help and be there. One of the things we'll do is Chamber this 2024, we are going to be out there and let people know what are the benefits. Because people when you say Chamber of Commerce, they say, oh, what is happening? Is it like, I don't want to call association, so it will not look as if I'm talking. We have different kinds of associations, but this is not an association of where a social club where we just gather. These are business people that are trying to, they are here to network for their business. They are here to stay with like minds to help their businesses. So in as much as we do social things, it's about profit. For a business person, it's about profit.
So for every member of Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, the idea is come, network, make profit, get your business to be visible, while you also help others who are coming behind.
Exactly.
Because, like I told the president, when I was asking, say, people think that Chamber of Commerce is just a group of big businessmen, people who have made it in business. So why am I going to suffer myself? I'm just starting business. Exactly. Why should I become a member of the Chamber of Commerce? So what do you say about that? What do you think? Because that's what people say.
Exactly.
I heard a lot of people say, Chamber of Commerce, they are the big businessmen in the country now. They are the ones that enjoy the money. They have government facility. They have, the bankers are with them. So why should I go and say, this is my small business? So what do you say, concerning that particular notion that people have?
I always tell people, if you want to be smart, you hang around smart people.
Good.
If you want to be rich, hang around rich people. If you want to do well in business, hang around people that are doing well. It is that simple. And so don't be far and be saying, all those people, why don't you come in? You can't make a change if you are from the outside. And one of the things I will talk about Chamber of Commerce is global awareness. As a business person, you need to know what is happening globally. And this is what Chamber of Commerce can do for you. How do I mean? We do missions. Every month, Chamber of Commerce is going to Germany, is going to Israel, is going to US. We attend all the major functions. So, and we can help you to get to those. We have a mission desk. We even, I think the head of missions is around with us. We have a mission desk that you can travel all over the world and get business partners. And do you know that anytime you want to do a foreigner wants to come into the country and they want to do something in the South, they will ask for Chamber of Commerce, because that's what they do. And so we are prepared not just to receive them, but also to go. We have a lot of missions planned for this year. So global awareness as a business person is not just news about Port Harcourt, news about Abuja.
So we look forward to your next mission trip with ATN Business. We also go with you to report, to get a report of that, and then report to our people. People see what we are doing. All right, let me go to the president again now. So president has said that it's open to everybody. So if you're watching us and you're a small scale businessman, you're doing online business, and you're asking, how do I grow my business? Here's an opportunity. So the president, I want to ask this question: why is it that the trade fair is just held once a year, and towards the last month of the year? Do we have plans to have different exhibition, different fair before the major international trade fair that you have? Because people are looking for opportunity to sell, looking for opportunity to exhibit what they do, to tell people what they do. So apart from the major one that you have, which is of course it's been there for years, I've had to attend a lot of them, report from there and all of. So what other programs do you have before that international trade fair?
Port Harcourt is an international trade fair center. What do I mean by that? There are 6 international trade fairs in the whole Nigeria. Port Harcourt doubles as one. And we are regional international trade fair. The South region is the headquarters in Port Harcourt. So that is the trade fair you see. Which one you people know, that's the international trade fair. Apart from that, we saw too many trade groups here. Each trade group exhibit a function. You understand? Either in exhibition, either in a seminar form, annual, every time, round the clock. The power trade group, maybe they may not be something that is so big, every person will come, unlike the international trade fair, where people are coming from everywhere in Nigeria. There was power trade group, this thing like presidential last year. You understand? This year we have started the German Chamber of Commerce with the, what do you call it, the German ambassador in Nigeria, their mission there, and some German businessmen and 2 German banks are coming here on the 8th to 10th, coming to Port Harcourt. We are taking them to some industries where they requested, doing certain specific things. You understand? Now you talked about, I'm talking about SMEs, living big companies. What you have, MD have done here today, by giving us this channel, we'll all go to have a visibility of letting people know that this is what we do. There will now be almost every program that we need. But again, apart from that, the benefit now is 2-way. It's a win-win situation. You will see that the facet of this your program, your station, will change from now. With a lot of traffic that will come into play. A lot of people here will come in. You will be enrichment from your station. So what we have done, we are partnered. That's the growth of business. That growth must be, people must partner. Not one individual doing his own, one on his own. The business profile I provided today, this thing has given us a channel today, will also benefit you. It's a win-win situation. So, and that will now open a channel for people to know what we are in about. Okay. Because the cost will be cheaper now to us.
All right, sir. Pastor Uche, let me go back to you.
Yes.
Are there special programs for youth and women in the Chamber of Commerce? Are there special programs for them? Because a lot of people will say, okay, what do they even have for us? Is it just about the men, about the businessmen? Because when you say Chamber of Commerce and Industry, you say, it's a businessman. They don't. But I know there are women. There are women, among you, even the council members. I know they are there. So, are there special programs created by FASIMA for the youth and for the women?
No, there are special. There are bodies already in FASIMA that take care of that. NAWOC is the female group.
Okay.
Female entrepreneurs. Then we also have the youth.
SME.
Yes, the youth SME. So it's already taken care of, and they run on their own, with supervision from the larger house. But those are already in place, and they bring up ideas, or they bring up requests, and how do we help the youth and the women. So they're already taken care of. Even when we have our trade fairs, the NAOC will come and they say, look, they want this special place, they want that, and my president is always giving them. So women and the youth are well taken care of.
All right. Okay, so we'll also go to this now. Looking at Nigeria now and the economy, especially the foreign exchange. Dollar now, I think as of yesterday, is about 1,300 and something, or 400 thereabout.
1,400.
1,400.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say has been the effect of this dollar rise concerning businesses, especially in Rivers, where you are? You know, because you have businessmen among you, I'm sure they're able. So, what do you think should be the solution to this foreign exchange crisis, and how has it affected, businesses among your members?
Well, it's affecting. Of course, it affects everything. Even if you want to buy water, everything, the price of everything goes up, and they will tell you because of dollar. And sometimes I don't understand how. Yeah,
because I normally ask that question. Sorry.
Yes. why is dollar affecting? I would have thought you would have said fuel and the cost of fuel, so cost of power, electricity, but they say dollars. So sometimes some of this price hike is unrealistic, but that's what the economy, that's where we are. So when you talk about prices, foreign, this exchange rate, it helps us to begin to look inward.
Very good.
It helps us, even the China that is superpower right now, they banned export. They banned export, and for a while, so that they can begin to, sorry, not export, import. They banned import and say, look, let us look inwards. Look, we have to learn to trade with ourselves. When I was young, everything made in China. When they say made in China, it sounds inferior. It's in China, so it's not. It's not the original. It's not the original. But China is, because of consistency. And when one door, the main door closes, there's always a window somewhere. And I think we should now start looking at that window and see what are the alternatives to these businesses. So I feel it's time to diversify, either vertically or horizontally. Look at your business. I tell business people, you must x-ray your business. You must know everything. As a CEO, when you close your mind, you must know exactly the cost of production. How can I reduce this cost? So now, how can we limit this importation?
Over dependence
on importation. Yeah. How do we limit? Are there alternatives here? Okay, are there other markets? Are there markets here? So because now it's confused, it's time to approach companies and offer them solution. So when things are going well, big companies don't have time for you. To see the manager's MD, you will not. But now, if you tell an MD, you meet an MD at the airport and say, sir, I have a solution. I have a solution to your distribution. I have a solution to cut down 40% of your overhead. That MD will leave that travel and listen to you. So what am I saying? It's an opportunity for us to begin to innovate, begin to look inwards, and begin to look for local markets.
Yes, yeah. Very important.
So now look for local raw materials, because the raw materials that we have here, we don't use it. Foreigners are the ones that come to take it.
Something happened some years back when I had the opportunity of traveling to Dubai. Now, there's China market in Dubai. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yes, exactly.
Now
in America,
I went to the Dubai Mall, so to say, the almighty Dubai Mall, where you have every designer of the world having a shop there. And there's someone, my guy said, look, why not let me take you to the Dubai, China market, and let's see what you can buy there. And we saw the men who own shop in the Dubai Mall going to that China market to buy their products.
Exactly.
And that's what they put in the shops.
Exactly.
And with that name of those designers,
yes,
and people still go to buy them very expensive.
Yes.
So I said, what? It is what these guys do. So what I did now, anytime I had the opportunity of going to that place, I don't bother myself going to Dubai Mall. I go and buy from the source.
Yes.
At a very cheaper rate. And that's the same quality.
Exactly.
Because they have remained consistent.
Yeah.
Now, sir, the president, sir, because of our time, the agriculture seems to be one area we are neglecting so much in Nigeria. agriculture, and I know that that's your area. And so, what would be your advice to, number one, not only the government, but to also people who may want to go into large-scale farming, agriculture? Because if you keep, I think there was a time we're even importing, I think, is it toothpick? That's it, they were even producing in Nigeria. Yeah. And I keep wondering, why should we do all of those things when we have the resources? I know that every state in the federation has one mineral resources or the other that God has given us in this country. But agriculture seems to be one area where we neglect a lot. And that's the reason why food scarcity is everywhere. Yeah. Because everybody wants to come to the city to work in an oil and gas company. And so, sir, what would be your advice to the government and also those who are willing to go into agriculture?
Well, agriculture in Nigeria, we have been paying lip service. Let's not deceive ourselves. Because every year, you see money the Federal Ministry of Agriculture budget out for agriculture. You see money the National Bank, Central Bank, or what have you. You see what they dish out. At the end of the year, nothing happens. So what is the problem? The problem, even if it's in government, now you're talking about a foreign exchange. Can we come to the level that let us produce what we are feeding ourselves? You understand? Every person produce what you're feeding yourself. River State, let's produce what we can feed ourselves. Yes. Leave any other thing. Would we be talking about foreign exchange? You can't talk about foreign exchange. No. The issue of that, the basis of the whole thing, I think, is our education.
Okay.
Our education is so wrong.
Yes.
We have lost it. Why? Let me give you a typical example. A lady comes to my place to do youth service. I was paying her money, and they were paying her this. I gave her a house. Was staying in a house, air-conditioned house. He goes for orientation, come back, and this. I said, okay, you did agriculture, yes. Animal this thing. I said, okay. You know what I will do with you? By then I was not doing poultry. I will give you bed. 500, 1,000. I will give you 1,000 bed. Give you everything. You produce it 5 times in your service year. That's all you will do for me. She started it. I gave her 1,500 bed, paid money, bought the feed. He was doing it, did it until she finished service. You have finished service. You'll be going anytime now. You know what I want to beg you? He said she wants to work with me. I said, I want to beg you something. The money they must have paid you in service, federal government, you must have eaten it. You are using it to feed him. The one I paid you must be there. You will go back to your house. You are where. Let your mother, the backyard of your backyard. You see what you have done here? Go and replicate it. Don't look for work. She said, no, she must work with me. She said, it's okay, start working. I made her head of that poultry. She did work for 3 months. Said, no, she's going home. She went home. Today, she's running a big poultry. You understand? Our orientation is too wrong. You see, our vegetation, when you climb up, when you are flying outside Port Harcourt, if you see the vegetation, yes, see the greenness of it,
yes,
you will know that anything you plant.
Definitely.
How come that somebody who read agriculture in UST here cannot go and practice that agriculture? How come that the school, UST, that is have faculty of building, faculty of engineering, of all, but when they are building hostel, they get contractor to build it. So how come? How can it be all right? So we must come back home to the basics.
To basics.
Yeah. Let me tell you, when in 2000 and when I was PAM 7, we are trying to do Port Harcourt Greater Drainage Storm. If you get that time, at St. John, there used to be water. Air Force Base, there used to be water. Post Office, there used to be water. That's big water, yes, everywhere. So I now advertise for people to apply. I ran to Professor Fobara at UST. I said, you are teaching flood and erosion. And if you have a business unit in that place, come and apply for this thing, so you can do it. You are bringing students that are doing this job. Come on. He says, I say, come. Yes, he came, reluctantly he came, paid money, and we did it. After they became second. You understand? It was given to Ada Anderson that now did all those things. So if these schools What is the forefather, our forefather Okilo started the UST? Is that by today, you know the screwdriver, the nut, the boot that Shell and Total achieve use. That was the essence of establishing UST. Today you have law, you have grammar in that place. That our education is what is deceiving us.
Yes.
Because when we are talking about foreign exchange, let's feed ourselves first.
Okay.
Let students of agriculture or either
practice what they do. Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
You are any person who have gone outside the place, you say, oh, that person have blown up. Agriculture, let me there are too many things we need to do in agriculture value chain.
All right.
But and even the government is not helping matters.
Thank you so much.
Where is the money they are voting out? Where does it go to? For 8 years, the state have voted money for agriculture. 8 years.
What happened?
What happened? What have we been able to do?
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to just ask Pastor Uche the last question before he takes his leave, because I'm also going to host the DG before round of the show. Now, you heard all he said. Now, industries is part of your mandate. And Transamadi is supposed to be an industrial area. But go there today, you see a lot of industries have packed shop. They've closed down. The buildings are there for lease, for sale. What is the chamber doing about this particular,
before he comes in on that, that is purely on the doorstep of government.
Okay.
You understand? In Transamadi, are there light? What Michelin left here to Ghana? Power. Michelin left here to Ghana. We cannot produce tire today. So how do we chamber do? If Michelin were here, they're supposed to be member of chamber. You understand? They are handicapped. Ours is to talk to government.
That's why I was going to.
So not chamber.
That's what I was going to. So what are your plans concerning that area to the government?
Well, it's we will continue. We will continue to bring up these things. But you and I know our government. We'll try. Well, in this administration, God help us, we'll be able to bring out some of these things, and hopefully government will answer us. But that is a third party that we have no control over. But the advocacy I talked about will continue to bring out all this. Let it be there, let it be heard, and hopefully this government or some other government will listen.
All right. Well, you're still on Atlantic Vision Network and Atn Business. We'll take a short break now, and then when we come back, we'll round up. Of course, I still have my president here. I'm not going to let him go until we end the show today, because he's the man, he's the main president. But I want to bring on the Director General, the Engine Room of Administration of FASIMA, of course, before we go on the show. Please don't go away. We'll be right back after now.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the heart, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody.
All right, welcome back to ATN Business on Atlantic Television Network. Today is a very special edition of the program. We'll be hosting the executive members of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Mines, Industry and Agriculture. We have the president of the building, Sir Chief Mike Elichi. And joining us now is the Director General of FSIMA, the man who is the engine room. I have to use that word, Mr. Erasmus Chiguda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Very quickly, want to know your duties as the Director General of the Chamber.
Thank you. As rightly said, the Director General is the head of the Secretariat of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. And in the Secretariat, we have other departments, that are coordinated by the Director General of Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. As you know, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce is a business membership organization, and as such, we deal mainly with the members of the chamber and then the external agencies.
All right. Before you came on the show, the president and the Director of Properties has told us a lot about the programs of the chamber. So just to round up, we want to know the partnership that you have with the government agencies. Agencies, that can benefit those who do business, and they, of course, make business, easy in the city of Port Harcourt.
Thank you. As a membership business organization, businesses cannot strive. You know that the chamber is the umbrella body of all businesses in a community, let's say in the states. And our businesses cannot strive without, working collaboratively with the state government agencies and also the federal agencies. In Rivers State, the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture have been able to partner with all the federal agencies and also the state agencies. Let me start mentioning them. We have the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. The NEPC is one of our major partners because, in Nigeria, the federal government is encouraging exports to enable us in foreign exchange. And so from the beginning of this administration, and also the existence of the Chamber of Commerce, we have always worked in closer collaboration with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. We have also the trade groups that work with them directly. We have the Import and Export and Merchandise Trade Group of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. We have members that are into these trades, and so they work with them. We have also the Nigerian Shippers Council, and so all the regulations and all the activities that has to do with the marine sector and also the shipping sector are also working in partnership with them. And so we have also the trade group that is into shipping, logistics and transportation that is working with that sector, the Nigerian Shippers Council, an agency of the federal government also. Okay. And we also have a NAFDAC. NAFDAC is a regulatory organization. And so most of our organizations or businesses that are into agriculture, into manufacturing, production of one good or any other good are regulated by the rules and regulations that are provided by the NAFDAC.
All right.
We have so many of them. Let me also mention the one in Rivers State.
Okay.
We have the Rivers State Board of Internal Revenue. Okay. And of course, what their functions are. They talk the taxes, and we as agency, we as the head of the organized private sector in Rivers State, we have taken advocacies, to the Rivers State Board of Internal Revenue and to the government of Rivers State to ensure that our people are not double taxed.
All right. Thank you so very much. I am happy now that I brought you on, because all of this now, we may have not been able to touch them if I didn't bring you in to let us know. And so finally, sir, the president, what's your final word to businessmen out there, to everybody watching and listening to you today?
Final word is that is to tell the businessmen out of here in Port Harcourt, especially to those of them who are members of Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and those coming in recently, that we are poised to work according to our mandate, and that the present state government have a listening ear and have been helping us to achieve what we want to do. We are running partnership with government, and also to say that what a leverage our member Morrison Communication have done today will go a long way in also helping the advocacy we are trying to do, helping us to run our mandate, right, and also helping you to run your business. Then it's a win-win situation. All right. We thank God.
Thank you so very much today. Our time is up, and I want to appreciate you, the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the President, Sir Mike Lechi. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. And of course, the Publicity Director, Pastor Uche Onoche, who was here earlier. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, the DG, who also came in here to join us. We appreciate you. Say thank you very much for being a part of the show. Well, if you're a member of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, you heard it all. Morrison Communication has offered 50% discount on everything that you do. So thank you very much for being a part of the show today. Well, our social media's handle are on the screen, showing there. Please, we'll come again your way again tomorrow on ATN Business. Thank you very much. I remain yours sincerely, Treasure Timmy Dari.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring honest pop news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought a very family.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human
on them. They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but